Okay, so we've created the beginning of a website. But if you notice, this color doesn't look good on this color because this black is too dark for this. So what can we do to make our colors different? Well, here's how you adjust your text. First off, you see when I click on it, up across the top, you'll see that you can do a strike through, an underline, all this, but you have to be highlighted. So let's just do the highlight. Click on that. Now we've got an underline. A highlight. We're going to help. We're going to click up here. We're going to do that as that. And so you can see when you highlight the section is the only thing you're going to be adjusting when it's highlighted. Okay, we're going to underline everything and underline and unstrike through. We can italicize. Now these headings are very important. Heading 1, think of a newspaper as a big heading at the top, then a subheading, then a smaller heading, and then all the text. Well, if you're not in paragraph, you're going to be in a heading, and a heading has a little more control over it. So let's go over here to the left-hand side. Everything that we do is going to happen on the left-hand side. Notice we can title these. This is a headline automatically, so we can even put home top headline, because maybe you have another headline later. We have an opacity, we have a shadow. So let's put a strong shadow on it. See it, put that shadow behind there. It's kind of neat, huh? Letter spacing, maybe we want it to be a little bit spread out a little bit. See how that spreads out the text a little bit? Maybe we want to scoot it to the left or to the right or to the center. Don't ever use this justified one. It doesn't look good on most devices. Just trust me on that. Generally the center. Now the box shadow, remember we're talking about the element box here. So if we put a box on it, it would look like this. See how it's got a box now around it? We don't generally want to put a box around it unless this is a different color than the background. So if I wanted this background to be a different color, we could do that, but we're not going to do that. So let's put no shadow. Get back on here. All right, I'm going to take that shadow off. Okay, so we're working with the text element right here. Now this is very important. This is your desktop size, so we can make it bigger or smaller, okay? But keep in mind that that bigger and smaller is going to look bigger and smaller on the mobile as well. I generally try to have my mobile size about half or 75%. So if I've got this one going to be 36, let's say, that's a good size. You don't want to go too big on this because it can get really silly. Well, and I want my mobile size to be closer to 20 to 24, maybe even 16 or 18 is about half. All right, we can put an icon here by selecting it, but let's talk about these things. This is what you really want to know. How do we change the color? Click on this, and it changes the color. So we're going to highlight this section. Now, notice that I changed this to white, right? And it didn't change. Why didn't it change? Because this is a heading which has been bolded. So we're going to check the bold. Ta-da! If this is not bolded, we click on this and unbold it. If we unbold it, it's still going to be white because we changed the white color. Now the reason this is important, let's say that I want the word headline to be a different color. Okay, so now I can go over here and now my headline can be maybe yellow. That's what it would look like. So you see how you can begin to have a lot of fun with this. Your italicized could be a different color. Maybe really cool was going to be a different. Italicize that. Maybe that's going to be orange. Maybe that's going to be red. And so this allows you to dictate what color all the different emphases are. I don't suggest doing a lot of these colors, but you can get an idea for what it is. This little padding is how much space is inside here. So if I put the padding left, you're going to see it scoots over to the left. And that's just if you need space between items. So let's say this image came all the way over. We're going to talk all about spacing specifically later. So that's how you work with text and how you change the colors, how you add a shadow behind the color, and how you change the size of it. Also how to change the size of it on your mobile device. Always want to check these in mobile and off mobile. Check them on the desktop as well as off the desktop on your phone. That's what I suggest. So that is working with editing your text.